Permaculture is all about bringing people together. Um, they are the foundation of this ecosystem that you're building in permaculture. So I think a very important factor would be trying to find the great social system that would not only just attract locals to learn about permaculture, but would also change their lives economically and in many other aspects socially. For example, we can see the difference between us and some of our neighbors who have been using fertilizers. Basically, it started off as pretty much the Sudanese dream. Every Sudanese youth or every Sudanese want to have a land or a farm and animals. And I think this is what life is about, having being part of the ecosystem and building your dream, from with nature, working with nature. So I started off just buying off a bit less than 5 acres, and then my friend Mazin also, who's my neighbor now, decided to join. So now we have about 12.5 acres in total. When I started, I was looking for some guidance on what to plant, the seasons, the different crops, the commercial opportunity, and it was very difficult to get any valid information. Most of the information I found was basically advice related to chemical fertilizers, which unfortunately, we have to deal with that in the world today. However, it's always good to get back to nature and to try and find a better sustainable solution. The challenge became to kind of translate the understanding of permaculture into our type of soil, which is clay soil or muddy soil. So we're hoping to have some impact in terms of agriculture and teach people about permaculture, teach people about sustainable agriculture and regenerative agriculture. We have all the elements within our environment. It shouldn't be difficult to apply. If you just take a walk around, you'd see like a lot of the land is degraded already. No ground covers are applied. A lot of chemicals are used. A traditional way of agriculture is that you kind of just put lines all through the land, and that actually disturbs the top layer of the soil where all the microbiology lives. So your starting point is a bit inefficient, and then going to the use of chemical fertilizers or the use of non-natural fertilizers, which is also very costly and it has a lot of risks related to health, and it also degrades the soil. So you're actually supporting food security by applying regenerative agriculture. So rather than taking from the land, you're giving to the land. You're also lowering the water consumption because we're using compost or we're using natural animal fertilizer to keep the soil moist. And so it starts all the way from design to every single tree here has 3 functions at least, or every single layer has a few functions. And like I said, we're learning. It's not the perfect example yet, but we're getting there. We're learning.
What's your kind of dream for how permaculture could progress and how this project could progress in Sudan?
Well, that's pretty much the developing concept that's work in progress for the past 2 years or 2 years and a half. So I think it starts with our research and the pilot project to give an example to the locals and to also try and get some know-how, some technical training and some permaculture training to people in Sudan, so they can also give workshops and provide on-ground workshops and training for people to learn about permaculture. But mostly, I think also a good starting point would be coming up with the booklet for permaculture in Sudan, which includes our national species and natural elements from our environment and how to build ecosystem with our local material and with our local components. So I think that's the starting point, to have the foundation, which is the knowledge to apply basic permaculture on different type of land size. Going from there to having an institute of teaching permaculture to as much people as we could, and then moving to having fully integrated solutions where you could just go to a window and just get your land and get your plan and get your permaculture advice, get every information you need to start your project and all the resources. I think when it comes to permaculture, it's pretty much an international concept that brings people together from all around the world. And majority of the stuff I learned was actually from people from all around the world, Australia or the UK or USA or Europe, different places in Europe, or South Africa or Tanzania. And I think, sharing the knowledge and having some sort of educational partnerships with permaculture organizations, that could actually help speed up the process of learning, and also it would be efficient for the whole permaculture movement and to the world, because that would also save us a lot of time and resources. We can jump right into where people are right now. So I think it's very important to collaborate with organizations that are doing permaculture projects around the world, and to get them to visit us and to visit them and to get to learn about what they're doing, and to try and think of local solutions that are inspired by permaculture.
And what about people in Sudan, Sudanese people?
I think what we need to get people interested is mostly the commercial side, because at the end, I met a lot of people, they were interested in the concept, but they still need to see the profitability of the concept. And we're still taking our time here in that factor, because we know that in permaculture it's very important to build your foundation. So we're focusing right now on learning and on producing our own food for now, but then hopefully from the beginning of the year we would go fully commercial, and we'd have some crops that we can sell. And once we can prove that profitability, then I'm sure a lot of people are going to be interested to join. We have the winning model.
Nice one. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Very nice.